Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Welcome once again to Full Stream Ahead. I'm your host, Mozz and Lilith, and with me as always is the lovely and talented Lilith Hellfire, the internet granny herself.
Oh, my skinny rich friend is way too kind. But boy, do we have an episode for you today.
My God, I mean, they keep topping themselves. It's 23 minutes this episode, but my word, boy, did they get up to a lot here.
On the edge of my seat the whole time. Yeah.
At first, they give you what everybody's been thinking about, like how does Shaq and his lady make it work, right? And they had some interesting mechanical choices.
Literally.
Yeah, quite. The name of the episode was Balance Beam. Great little joke
Tasteful.
there.
Tasteful.
Yeah. I thought the title of the episode should have been, what did she call it? Good Lord. Something about, the crisis of capitalism. I thought that should have been the title of the episode. But they wanted to be kitschy, so they went with, a new position. It's got to be a new position, right?
Giants are a fact in this world, so I don't know if it's new.
Fair enough.
New to them.
Right. Nice to see Jones getting some too in the beginning of the episode.
Absolutely. I've been being so dense about this show, right? I just jumped into it. I didn't want to research anything. I wanted everything to be kind of fresh, but after I watch the episodes, I tend to just go and see what I can find out about that particular episode. And Olivia Washington, literal daughter of Pauletta and Denzel, sister to John David. What?
That's who she was making out with?
No, Olivia Washington, Flora. I literally just took that for granted. Olivia Washington, okay. But I was reading the interview about this episode and doing the sex scene, and she talks about how, she was a little nervous, about her, her first, sex scene as an actress, and, how her parents would feel about it. And I was just wait a minute.
Wow. Now, when you mentioned that, I see some of John David features in her, the eyes. Oh, man, that's so cool. Good for her. And she's a good actress.
It literally
she's a really good actress. Crazy. Wow. Yeah. I mean, she goddamn well better be a good actress, right?
If you want to know something funny is that her brother, John David, actually was at the premiere at South by Southwest with her watching this episode because they played the first 4 episodes. So it's
wow. Okay.
And he helped her run lines for her self-tape audition for this show. So it was a really cool full circle moment for them.
That's really so awesome. That's really, really cool.
So yeah, fun fact.
Yeah. No, that was interesting. That was at the same time kind of like when he first he shows her his rash.
She kisses it. Ain't no way, bro.
Yeah,
I'm like, you know what?
I thought I was gonna get made fun of.
You're gonna have to go to the clinic and get tested, babe.
Yeah, what in the world is that?
I don't know if you're a virgin. Are you lying to me? What's going on here?
See, now that's what made me think, because my mind initially was the title of this episode should have been Crisis of Capitalism. And then I was like, yeah, but the name of the show never really made any sense. It's just a weird, it's I'm a Virgin. That's the name of the show. Right? That they're just saying I'm a Virgo to be kitschy.
Well, no, I mean, in the first episode, he does say I'm a Virgo. That means I'm adventurous. I like to have fun. And that's about as far as we go. But
Right, that's as far as that's just like the facade, the veil on the actual. No, okay, so that seems
a version of capitalism, even because he just still doesn't get how the way the world works.
Yes, indeed. Right, it's so funny. It's like the metaphor. He pulls off his fancy, shiny pants, and underneath he's got the patchwork quilt stuff still underneath. Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool. Same with him showing himself and be like, I'm a little ugly. You okay with this? The fruit's a little bruised. And she's like, give me it. It's a little disgusting. And I was like, oh, come on. I guess they're trying to make like, I accept all of you, which is fine, I guess. I mean, but man, that was
bill of health. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. That's disgusting.
I mean, these are people in their portraying people in their young adulthood. Maybe we should have had that talk. Like, it was great to see like, open, honest communication about sex and like how that's gonna work for both of them. But like at the same time, babes, you're gonna have to run me a doctor's note.
Right. That part was really, really cool. You're right. The way they were able to communicate with each other. Let's do it this way. They were both sort of like
trying to figure out how it's gonna work for them.
Right.
They both have their advantages and disadvantages of their gifts, right? She's super fast, so she has to like slow down, but then speed up.
My
but
favorite
also,
thing.
Like give him like rug burn.
Right. They're gonna need to
rash, whatever you want to call it.
They're gonna need to find some industrial lubricant that has like a high smoke point. Oh man. That and like when he starts like reciting lines from porn. Oh. And at first she really gently, kindly just goes, no. And then he does it again, like even harder.
She's like,
okay, we got to take a minute for this. Okay, we're not going down that road. Let's not take a detour. Let's just keep, so funny. But yeah, to that point, so honest and so real for somebody that's brand new to it. It's so adorable.
Felix again with the bad lady advice. We haven't seen him with the lady, so I'm thinking that's starting to explain everything. All the advice he's giving Cootie, it's not.
Right. 5-minute Felix and all. Yeah. Yeah, who knows? But I mean, like this time he walks into that little party there and
oh. Well, I just want to get to one more funny part.
Yeah,
where the guy is yelling her name in the restaurant. She's like, I get bored easily. He's like, that's gonna be me. And she just gives him that classic. I was like, what? We're doing me now? I'll never get bored of you, baby. You're so special to me.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, a little bit too relatable.
Yeah. But like, who was that though?
Just some random guy she got bored of.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't come back and
Whoa! Oh Jesus! Yeah, watch it be that same dude. He got into
that fight with.
Outside the club in the car. If it's that same dude, I would die laughing.
I don't know. It's a lot of foreshadowing in this episode. I don't want to cut too far to the end, but like Scat in the first episode or the second episode maybe said, "Hey, I would love to have my face on the side of a building." Now, be careful what you ask for, right? Be specific.
Oh, that's what he was hearing. Because they played that audio again right there, and I thought that was him just thinking out loud. No, it was Scat's voice. Damn.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess let's get to it. Like, I mean, Jones finds out he's dead. Felix comes in and lets her know, and then she, of course, lets the whole party know and gets everybody all riled up. We're gonna make a big thing about this. They can't do this to us and all.
Babes, it's capitalism. It's a private hospital. It's not like it was a public county hospital that happened in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I totally understand like the privatization of like urban spaces, right? Like, food deserts, things like that. Like, I totally get it. Go off, have your protests. But at the same time, you live in capitalism. You have to learn how to work in and around it, Right.
I mean, and it's like decades and decades of bad political ideology and choices that led us to here. It's not simply the capitalists' fault, right?
Exactly.
It's everybody's fault that said, no, I want my little piece. Right.
And California is the best depiction of it. Everybody thinks, oh, California is so liberal. It is a red ass state. Let me tell you, as a person who lived there for a very long time, who is priced out. I make good money, but I could never afford to live in San Diego or LA. Not that I would want to live in LA. That's a cesspool. But like, the politicians tend to be Republican, but like quote unquote the population is Democrats. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah. It's like Republicans like with the most devious PR campaign.
I mean, I don't want to be that person, but just look at a person like Caitlyn Jenner, who you would think would be more sympathetic to liberal causes, running as a Republican.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Republicans that don't, like every Republican that you could ever think of doesn't necessarily agree with her stature and standing, you know, but she still chooses to be a Republican because in a previous
because she's got that money.
Yeah, exactly. And
ain't
that in and of itself.
ain't no rich Democrats unless it's a facade, right?
Oh, no, that's not true at all.
I mean,
babes, look at the Senate. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna need those NASCAR jackets about the sponsors.
Those, yeah. I don't know if those are real Democrats either.
Well, is anybody real anything in politics? It's all theater.
Yeah.
Kind of like Jones. Like, we see her superpower. She can make people see how things are connected. Like, Cootie was like, what the hell was that? She's like, we'll talk about it later. I was like, oh, so it wasn't just everybody saw that and was like kind of enraptured with it almost.
Yeah.
I'm seeing cult leader. I'm just saying.
Without a doubt, like all cult leaders have this, but like whatever is going on in Oakland, that's where they're in Oakland, right? Yeah. Whatever's going on in Oakland, people are expanding on their powers. I'm saying this is the birthplace of mutants.
I want to know what Scat's power was now. I feel like Felix better have a power.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll ever find out. I feel like Scat's death, like, I'm so glad that it was like a hospital death and not like police brutality, because that's just like way too real, way too close to home. Like, we see it every day on the news.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he chose
although that's how Jones painted it in her little viral video, right? Yeah, Crow murders man for being poor. I mean, like, that's not what happened. That's
capitalism. Deal with it.
Right.
You live in California, literally 1 mile from Bel Air is downtown LA, aka Tent City. It is the saddest thing you will ever see if you've ever been in downtown LA, and you can literally see the rich homes from Tent City. It's sick.
Yeah.
So it's like, look around.
Yeah, like I think like because he's done the
too simplistic. Her explanation was too simplistic, almost to the point of making it a straw man argument, which is like,
yeah.
Ooh.
But I feel like people like that have like like gamblers are addicted to that feeling.
Oh, I think chasing that high that you'll never get again. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think there's people that are in political movements also chase that feeling like, look at
without
me.
a doubt, I've seen it.
I'm
organizers,
a hero.
A lot of them do have that headspace a lot of the time. If you've ever been in those spaces.
Yeah, like you can hear everything they're saying. They're like, this is going to go in my memoirs one day. Right? Like,
or even just to take it down to the most base level. Oh, the bitch is going to love this.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm an ally.
Yeah. Like I said, it's always been that like kind of thing about Jones, right? With me, like it's admirable that she's so young and she has these activist movements, but like I said, it seems like it's a different cause every single week. So like, how dedicated can you truly be?
Right, like Flora with these boring dudes.
Exactly.
Right? She gets bored easy, but so the Boots Riley has done like the animal human hybrid DNA thing, and this really made me think of that, especially the way like the diorama or whatever unfurled behind her. It reminded like, what if she's blended with cuttlefish DNA? Because that's what cuttlefish do, right? They change shapes and all of a sudden there's flashing lights and whatever, and they hypnotize you, and you're so mesmerized, and boom, your face is being eaten. Definitely made me think of a cuttlefish. So like, I would love to see if like there's
I love the way your beautiful mind works, Mozz. I truly do.
Right? Like, because like,
that's
what if
great reference?
I think like, what if like the story ends up being like the government is doing weird research, right? Like it ends up being like something from how like the Anunnaki came here and took chimps and apes and blended their DNA and supposedly made humans in one theory of how humans got here. What if somebody wants to carry on that tradition. They're like, yeah, what if we can make our own subspecies by combining what we find? And that's what they're doing here.
I like that theory. I mean, like I said, Boots Riley is so off the wall, and you can tell that he has been into so many conspiracy rabbit holes.
Yeah.
And things like that. Like, just because it's a conspiracy doesn't mean it isn't true, especially in the land of Oakland with, like, you know, the Black Panthers and assassination of leaders and things like that. So I totally, and then, like, just because we are in a surreal, absurdist universe, just to take it to that next level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, listen, sorry to bother you is deeply on my mind. I just feel like it's in that universe, and that's going to be the season finale, just like twist, like, guess what, guys? Lakeith Stanfield just pops out of nowhere.
Yeah. He didn't turn
for that by now, but
by the end of that movie, he didn't turn, right?
No, he did. That was
he did.
The surprise ending. Spoilers, guys.
Yeah,
remember,
because I know
we think everything's gonna be okay, and then right at the end,
right.
And
yeah, so yeah,
leave it.
He shows up as a Minotaur. That'd be pretty awesome.
Or maybe season 2. I don't know, but like it's just something telling me that those two works are intertwined.
Yeah,
it's just the vibes, and that it might just be a Boots Riley's vibe, you know.
I hope so. Hey, it's a whole new cinematic superhero universe if we can get it.
I really enjoy his take on the genre storytelling of the superhero genre. I really do. It's like, some things are very like straightforward, but like still fresh. Like you don't need a twist for everything. Right.
And it's not waste. It's never wasted. It's there for a reason. Exactly. It's not a twist just for the sake of going, gotcha. Right. It's for the sake of progressing the story and telling it in a deeper way.
Yeah, you can tell he has something to say. Like everybody keeps referring to it as like his communist manifesto. It's not communist. Okay.
Yeah.
Calm down. That's hyperbole.
Right. Yeah, no, but I mean, look at what she's doing. Now, half of this statement I agree with. Our power comes from the fact that we are the ones that create that profit. Totally agree. Yep. And she goes, you either agree to make less profit or we shut down and you make no profit. Now that I don't know if I'm all about.
Although, I'm just saying with the strike, like I've always said about the strike that is going on where they were protesting and, you know, the studios cut the trees down. So they had to be in the sun, like had to be out in the sun. Like, you're ruining the environment to make a point about your profits.
Yeah, no. Where my head went to immediately was these silly ass little oil climate protesters that are gluing their hands on the side of the road, stopping pregnant moms from getting to the hospital to deliver their baby.
Oh, I can see that side of you too as well.
Yeah, those people are just so misguided and don't realize. They think that just because they've decided they see the problem that they're not part of it, and they get to stand on their high holy horse and say, "Oh, I live in this society. I have an iPhone."
Yeah.
Like I take advantage of all the beautiful things in this society, and then I have the gall to get up there and criticize everybody else, even though I'm just as guilty as all of you. But I recognize it, and I want to ruin your day about it. That makes me better than you.
That's the Jones vibe right now after she gave her little speech, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah, but at least with her, it's a personal thing, a deep loss of a friendship.
This is. But
yeah.
Like, he said, you put all your activist fans first. You should have been around. And, like I said, like she was initially dragging those two knuckleheads around, but like it probably got to be so much. The fame, quote unquote, went to her head. Yeah. And she's using it to her benefit. She's using his death to further her little agenda. And it's kind of like, and like the way Felix points out the mural is really sort of what's going on. He's mad at the guy. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think what he's really, well, at least what it made me feel was I was mad at Jones for using his death for her purpose.
It was the same night. It hasn't been 4 hours. Like,
yeah.
But then we get that cool scene where the police show up and Flora is throwing those canisters back towards the police.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of weird stuff goes on in this neighborhood. A lot of people just go I'm sure it's fine. It's nothing. There's a lot of that in this neighborhood. Like a giant guy where they're like, it's fine. Fast ladies throwing away. They're like, it's fine.
You, as long as you don't bother nobody,
Yeah.
Pay your rent on time and put your trash out and keep your grass mowed. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you.
It's true. Yeah.
Like I said, the first episode, that guy's house. Ain't nobody said nothing about that.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. If I ever saw one.
Yeah. Hey, that's
I'm sorry.
true.
I would probably be a Karen about that. I would not want that bringing down the value of my house. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, look where you are. It's not falling much lower. You know?
True.
I don't know. That'd be such a big deal. But, yes, watching Flora throw those tear gas canisters back was really cool. And then, of course, Cootie gets hit with one. And I'm like,
really
oh.
But his sad little face when, like, he's just like, actually, the real world is just like hitting him with all these lessons. He's like, how could a place meant to heal someone be the cause of their death? And, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't realize the darkness of the world yet.
Yeah, this is like he gets really visibly upset and angry and doesn't deal with it in the best way. Nah,
just makes some really, really poor choices. I'm like, oh no, he's getting it. This is not going to end well. This is not.
The hero shows up.
Fucking Mr. Goody Two Shoes shows up, and like at first I'm like, man, he's some pair on him to immediately nothing, just turn around, whop, throw a punch at his face. I'm like, oh, he's about to get it. Camera cuts off, and I'm like, oh man, what a great way to end the episode. Next week we're gonna get there, and Cootie beat the hell out of this dude, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the titles of the sequence to come up with like the scrolling names and whatnot. And all of a sudden, lights come back on. I'm like, oh, there's more. And then all of a sudden, I see his snarled face, and I'm like, oh, is there any blood on his face? Did he get beat up? He looks like he's beat up. And then he's like trudging forward, struggling, and I'm like, oh, he's just sweating a lot. Must have been a tough fight. Yeah, show me what Cootie is. And then I thought Cootie would have beat him up. That's why he looked like that. And all of a sudden, you hear chains. And I'm sure chains.
Which is like so bad, bro.
Yeah. That
white guy dragging a black guy through the streets. And are you serious right now?
That was rough. And then he's all tied up, and I'm like, oh my god, he's got some powers, or he's got technology or something. Because like I can't imagine it would have been easy to take out Cootie, but he's just like dragging him down, and ain't nobody messing with him, just taking your hero away. And then like I'm thinking, what is that face? Like, is he mad, or is he struggling? Does he had a real hard fight? No. So then the little kid comes up to me and goes, hey man, I've been trying to get into comics forever. Can you take a look at my portfolio? And to his credit, he's like, hey, yeah, sure. Let me take a look. And I was like, oh, what a cool thing. And he's sitting there, he looks and he goes, there's no emotion. The face needs to have emotion. Mm-hmm. And then like he's fine. And then puts the face back on, and he's like, yeah. It probably wasn't even hard for him, but in his mind, he's living in a comic book, and he has to be the comic book. Yeah. So he has to put the face, like he's imagining himself looking through the page at a little kid reading it. Like he's literally that far into his delusion.
Yeah.
That was such an interesting moment. I was like, wow, okay, so that was a put on the whole time.
I honestly feel like that was a Walton Goggins one-liner. Like, I feel like that was improvised.
It was a very Walton Goggins line.
It was.
Yeah. And then, of course, as he's going off a camera, what's the line? Get your mind right, half-wits.
Yeah, I'm like,
so good.
Just punchable face, my friend.
A few people do that as well as he does. Man, oh man.
I just want more. Like if he wasn't just like so mean to Cootie, I'm like, can I just get a spinoff of the hero, or like just like just acting out like like parking tickets, maybe like a little animated clip in season 2 of the hero cartoon.
Now, like if this was any other director, I would hold the hope that at one point they might become good friends. Like a lot of good friendships start off that way, but not in this show. Yeah, I just don't see that's where that's going.
I'm scared. Like he took Cootie out, so like easily. This is weird.
But
where are his parents with the guns?
Ooh, yeah. That's what I was just about to say. He's got some powerful friends. It's not, like he's got Jones. I don't know. Felix has got to have some powers. I know his parents got a lot of space weapons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other people that have powers that haven't expressed themselves yet. And who knows? Maybe they'll rally around this guy and like it'll be an epic battle. But I can't wait. I think. I hope
so nervous.
But they keep teasing us. They keep teasing us with a little bit of like a drips and drips of Walton Goggins. And I hope finally next episode we get like a Goggins heavy episode.
It almost has to be. Like,
how
did he capture the giant?
Yeah.
The fallout of that or the praise of that, depending probably on everybody's outlook, you know. Those two perspectives. Oh, the hero locked up that animal. We always knew he was a ticking time bomb.
Oh, political unrest. Half the country thinks he's a menace. Half the country's like, oh, you don't know him. Absolutely. You have no idea. You weren't there. Oh, boy. What, man?
Two cities, baby. Buckle up.
Oh, man, that would be really cool, too. I can't wait to see where they go with this.
Yeah, I love he keeps me guessing. Like I literally never have any idea which way the episode's gonna go.
Yeah,
I love that. It's like so refreshing.
Yeah, and you're genuinely on the edge of your seat because you really can't put anything out of the realm of possibility.
Minutes? How dare you, Boots Riley? How dare you?
Yeah,
I need 40 minutes.
Yeah,
minimum.
Right. Hopefully, here's the season 2 being a bit more. Bigger, I guess, more episodes, wider, longer episodes, better budget, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, the show looks good. And I just have to say, did you know that it is all practical effects and forced perspective? They only have they have a 13-foot doll that's like his stand-in for certain things, but everything's practical effects. There's no CGI in this show for the most part.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. That's super impressive. Now I'm just going back and thinking of every shot where he appears huge, and I'm like,
yeah. Olivia said that she actually spends more time with the doll as his stand-in than they actually do face-to-face filming.
Wow.
So I found that really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that one scene where he picks her up in the air, that was weird.
Yeah, because it's practical.
Yeah.
Also, it's that absurdist vibe too. I think.
Yeah, it was so strange.
Fit the vibes way more. It was like she was the doll.
Yeah,
I think it might have been, honestly.
Had to be. I mean, but it was just weird, man. A lot about that whole scene was weird in uncomfortable ways that I can't.
On purpose.
Yeah,
it's an odd situation.
Yeah, that was really strange, but. What a great episode.
Wait, let me see if I can show that picture of the doll that I found. It was kind of crazy. A sec.
You know, and while I was looking at the IMDb page, I looked at like a real picture of Jarrell Jerome. And man, he looks almost nothing like his character.
Yeah.
And all you do is change the hair a little bit and the facial hair. But like, man, they really did a good job of not making him look like the actor at all.
None of the people do. Like, oh my God, it's like probably why I didn't really realize, like, Olivia Washington looks so different outside of her makeup.
Oh, yeah?
Wig. Like, I'm just going to be real with you. It's a bad wig. Purposely so.
Interesting.
Here, you know?
Right.
Share screen.
Oh, no way. Oh my God, that can't be her. Did they put prosthetics on her or something? Oh, now I kind of see it maybe. Wow.
You see the 13-foot doll? That's crazy, right?
Oh wow, that is super creepy.
That's Cara Young who plays Jones.
Right.
Yeah.
My word,
So
that must be
crazy, right?
Yeah. Must be fun to work.
She has to work with that. That's what she's working with.
Yeah, that's that. But
no
hey,
way. Listen, I've been watching Chucky on Peacock. Ain't no way I'm gonna have a 13-foot living doll like that. Ain't no way.
Yeah, my first thought was that dead cold stare is super creepy. Super creepy. You know what it looks like? Have you seen the NPCs in the new Starfield?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. It was like the NPCs in the new Starfield.
Definition of a soulless NPC.
Yeah. Have you played it at all yet?
Not yet. I was doing like some character customization. That's how I usually get through most games, honestly. I'm like, all right, I made my character. I'm going to stop here.
Right.
And then make another one.
And like literally the amount of control you get over tiny little feature details. You can have a lot of control over how your face turns out. Yeah, I'm trying to get.
It's still not as good as Cyberpunk, but it runs better than Cyberpunk. So.
Yeah. I am.
I got a pretty powerful PC. I drop frames in that game like a lot.
Yeah. Especially when you get to like New Atlantis.
Yeah.
I even got the DLSS mod to put on so I could use DLSS, but still running at like 50 something frames a second.
Such a shame.
In the
beautiful,
city.
Beautiful game. But Baldur's Gate 3, yeah, absolutely. Starfield, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
But wait, how did I get on to? Oh yeah, from the dead character on the character space. Yeah, I am although looking forward to Phantom Liberty coming out in a little bit here, and that's gonna probably occupy most of my time.
I just don't pre-order games, especially not AAA games anymore, because it's always unfinished. I don't believe in day one patches. Like, that's just like an old school, like give me a Nintendo cartridge kind of girly.
I don't mind. I embrace the future. I'm a fan because like I'm such a big fan of the studio. So even if they do screw up out the gate, I'm willing to support them because what they have given me so far is so great that they deserve it. So I don't mind it at all.
$1,500 deep into The Sims 4. Like I'm just over it.
Holy moly!
I'm just so sick of DLC and patches at this point. For EA's ruined it for everybody on my front.
Yeah, well, EA is an evil corporation, so that goes without saying. Yeah. I'm going to leave the A to your imagination. You know,
to your imagination,
right?
Because we keep it classy here.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, but I'm looking forward to the next episode. I hope the next episode isn't because they're teasing you and they're not giving you the Walton Goggins you want. So I wonder if the next.
I feel like this is the episode. This is
I don't know.
5. We're halfway through.
I feel like they might still tease us and be like, oh, let's just look at what the tabloids are saying. Let's focus on how it's dividing people. And then in another episode, we'll get right back to a flashback of, oh, finally we get to the fight. So I'm a little anxious.
I see, and that's the beauty of Boots Riley, right? I think he knows when to hold him and when to fold him. I think he's going to give us what we want this next episode.
Yeah, I hope we don't get
just don't put in Walton Goggins and then just cock block us on it, you know?
Right.
He is a gift and a treat and a treasure, and everybody that works with him said so. So
yeah.
I think this next episode, episode 5, is going to be his time to shine. It better be.
I hope so.
Riley better not catch you out in the streets.
Right. I'm glad it's not on Disney. Otherwise, we'd end up with Hulk versus Thor. Not Hulk versus Thanos again.
Oh.
What a wet fart of a fight that was.
Well, and like I said, the fight really threw me off. Like, I couldn't believe that he won. Like, quite frankly.
Yeah. And then from there on, we've had, like, you know, in his feelings sensitive hippie Hulk for 10 years. Can we have a real Hulk back, please, guys?
I'll even take Professor Hulk. I don't...
No, I don't need it. I'm done with all. I'm not conceding any ground to this argument any longer.
You just want Hulk smash?
Yeah, can I just have Hulk smash? That's what I grew up on. That's what I want.
I was gonna say, MeTV in the honor of our good friend Charlie, they always got it somewhere, or Tubi probably has it at this point.
Yeah,
I love Tubi, by the way. Tubi has so much stuff.
I think I got Tubi the other day to watch some weird movie. It was only available on Tubi. It was something I think called A Man from Earth. Have you heard of this movie?
Is it a remake?
No, it's like
or is it the original?
The original, like it's like from the 70s or something.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a great movie. It's about this professor who turns out he's like immortal, and every 20 years he goes and does something and has to leave. And this is the first time in his 800-year life where he's gotten people together and he's saying goodbye and he's going to risk telling them who he is. And so it's just a bunch of college professors, a physicist, a history professor, a theologian, and they're all getting and like quizzing him like, is this really real or not? What a fascinating concept. It's written like a play in one room kind of, but it's them just.
Don't watch the 2007 remake. Don't.
I didn't even know there was one. Now
That's why I asked you, which one did you watch?
Oh my God, I didn't know there was a remake. I bet it's terrible, isn't it?
It is terrible. I mean, nothing is terrible, but it's not as good as the original.
Nah, the original was so good. It was written like a British play or something. So well done. But yeah, now I'm definitely going to have to check it out just because I enjoy hating things sometimes, So it might give me something to do. But in the meantime, yeah, let's, I'm looking forward to next episode.
Okay, place your wagers in the comments, kids. Are we going to get that Boots Rat? Are we going to get that Walter Goggins? Or are we going to be cop blocked one more episode? Let us know.
I'm a pessimist, so I'm going to say no.
and oddly, I'm an optimist, which usually never am, but I'm an optimist for this one.
Hey, all right. So I'm taking the under, you're taking the over.
All right, perfect.
We'll see how this pans out next week. All right, join us next week. You want to roll us out, Lilith?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let them know where they can get in touch with you, and then I'll let them know where they can
right. All right. So you guys can reach me at mozzmanzor@gmail.com or find me on Facebook under Mozz Manzor. That's MOZZMANZOOR.
As for me, you probably want to be a meta girly. If you want to get in contact with me, you can friend me on Facebook, Lilith Hellfire, or you can find me on Insta or Threads at your favorite internet granny. October is going to be big because I am a spooky season kind of girl, so I got a lot of stuff planned for my social media, so be sure to follow me by then. And as for the show, you can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, Yama B Petty, at FSA Podcast. You can also email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com. You can check out our website, tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Network Podcast. Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. There we go. And then you can also give us a call at 614-382-2727. That's 614-38-CAPES.
All right, me lovelies. Thank you for sailing on the boundless main with us again today. Join us again next week as we sail once again full stream ahead. Yarg.